Hey Paducah, City Commissioner Dwan Thomas here, and this will be the first of many monthly addresses that I plan to bring to you to make sure that you're staying informed and also to recap some of my involvement in the community as well as some major decisions we've made as a commission. Starting off, this month I've been involved in over 28 community events, meetings, trainings, and engagements, and it's been so much fun. One of my most recent highlights was meeting with our local Boy Scout troop. It was an awesome time being able to engage with them, share why or even how I got into leadership, and just encourage them to be the great leaders we all know they can be. I also have been in meetings with different organizations all throughout our community. One of them was Morgan Elementary. I was able to go there and meet the principal with Alan Trees, and he gave me a great tour of the entire school and just learning more about their programming and everything they're doing to make sure our students are becoming the great leaders, again, we all know they can be. And then also, I was able to officiate a swearing in ceremony for the Home Builders Association of Western Kentucky. It was really cool, and we were out at Big Ed's, supporting a local business, and it was just a fun experience. I also was able to participate in WKMS's roundtable discussion, and that was an awesome experience. Commissioner Henderson joined me there, and there were several other community members, and it was just great to have a local media source actually take in input from the community and ask, what do y'all want us to cover? And as many of you saw, earlier this month, I was in Lexington, Kentucky for the Kentucky League of Cities City Officials Academy. There was over 400 elected officials from all across Kentucky, and they taught some awesome stuff. And I was able to go there with Commissioner Henderson and our assistant city manager, and we had an awesome time. And also I was able to serve at Washington Street's Warming Center, which was an awesome experience, being able to get involved with those that utilize that facility and also having a good time with the other volunteers that were there with us. And as many of you saw, I had a meeting with Paducah Power this month, and we covered a lot of stuff. And I also put that video out across my platform. So please make sure you check it out because it was great information they shared with me that I was able to share with you. And we're closing the month with the McCracken County Bicentennial Dinner. And I'm super excited for that. I'm actually filming this before the dinner, so I'm not able to show everything that went on, but I'm sure it's going to be an awesome event. And I'm looking forward to all the awards and things that they're going to be handing out. And on top of all of that, I've been able to address nearly 20 community concerns where people have reached out to me with issues, and I've been able to point them in the right direction. And sometimes all it's taken is me just listening to them, and they've told me that I've made their day and just impacted them in such a positive way, and that means so much to me. And moving on to the main part of this video, which is our city commission meetings and the decisions we've made for our community. Starting off, we had our annual audit that covered 2024, and it was a long experience. It was my first time sitting through an audit like that and a review of an audit, but they discussed that we're doing pretty good with our budget, and we weren't as good as years prior, but we're still in good shape. So I think that's a good thing to hear. And also moving on, we recently made a decision about Championship Field at the new sports park, which was formerly Stuart Nelson Park and the horse racing track. And this is no additional cost to the city, but we reapproved the championship field. It had some adjustments made to it to avoid trip hazards and different things like that. And I also brought up about Stuart Nelson's memorial because that's been a major thing in the community because Stuart Nelson was a very impactful individual that was from our area. So I asked that question, and they will be bringing us a presentation in the near future that'll cover the Stuart Nelson section of that park. Additionally, we're sending out RFPs to the community developers out there for the old Catterjohn building location. As you know, the Catterjohn building was tore down and it's just an empty lot now. And we're looking forward to some great development to be added into that area. And one of the major things that I pointed out is affordable housing. That's a major priority for me, and I know other commissioners on the board. And the mayor brought up a good point about the rising cost of building materials and things like that. But I'm going to make sure that we have a fair mix of affordable housing because that's a large plot of land right there. So we definitely can make sure that some of the homes are affordable for our residents. And finally, some exciting news. Barbecue on the River is coming back, and it'll be in our city in September. And also Paducah Main Street, I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, but that's an organization that used to be a nonprofit that was outside of the city. It became a part of the city, and now it's transitioning back to being separate from the city. And they have so many events planned for downtown. I'm really looking forward to everything they have for our city because that's really going to get our downtown back to booming like it was many years ago, as I hear from people. And also I experienced, I used to go downtown on Saturdays. The roads were blocked off. There was music, there was food. It was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that coming back to our city. And behind the scenes, I've been in a lot of one-on-one meetings with department heads, our administration team, just voicing up for the community members that have reached out. And then also, when I was door knocking and running for office, I heard so many community concerns, and I've been bringing those up in these meetings. And one that really sticks out to me because I just got appointed to the Paducah Water Board, and they were going over some of the work they're doing. And I saw the map, and I'm like, hey, I know that house because that person told me whenever work was being done, they weren't informed. And I've also personally experienced that on my neighborhood where we hire private developers to come in and do work on our sidewalks and our streets. But sometimes they lack in the communication field, and the city is lacking in the communication field. So I've made sure to make it a priority that whenever we're doing work in your neighborhoods, that we're communicating what we're doing, when we're doing it, and when it'll be done. So this wraps up January's address. I hope you enjoyed it and consider getting more involved in your local government because a major goal of mine is to have a more informed and engaged community. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.